Renegade Immortal, Chapter 629, Battle of the Ancient Demons. Hello, welcome back to my channel, Books with AR. The method to break the Ancient Demon's seal wasn't to focus on one point. Instead, there were many points spread across the seal that needed to be attacked at the same time in order to break it. If the power wasn't enough, it would be ineffective. However, Wang Lin's 1,000,000 strands of slaughter energy had been nourished for 100 years, so the power of this spell was shocking. It could be said that after he had reached small completion in the celestial slaughter art, it replaced the Finger of Death. It had become one of Wang Lin's 3 finishing moves, along with using the demonic finger when wearing the devil armor and the underworld river. As for the Stop spell, it was Wang Lin's life-saving spell. After testing it twice, he decided to hide the spell. Only when no one knew about it could it play a role at a critical moment to save his life. 1,000,000 strands of slaughter energy fell down like pouring rain. Sounds of collisions came from the demonic screen outside the Fire Demon country's capital. At this moment, it was as if 1,000,000 strikes of sword energy were crashing into it. After several breaths of time, the sound of the collisions came one after another. The demonic screen began to tremble violently. Wang Lin's expression was neutral as he stood outside the demonic screen and coldly watched all of this. It wasn't long before cracks appeared on the demonic screen. The cracks spread until the demonic screen collapsed with a bang. Then 1,000,000 strands of slaughter energy immediately rushed into the capital, and the entire capital was soon shrouded in gray gas. With the demonic screen broken, Wang Lin walked inside. Now that the demonic screen was gone, a storm of demonic spiritual energy exploded forth from the demon valley at the center of the capital. It turned into a purple cloud in the sky. As the cloud in the sky churned, it immediately turned into the shadow of a double-horned demon. Its eyes revealed an eerie light as it floated in the air and looked at Wang Lin like they were looking at an ant. "Lowly cultivator, even if you have Beilu's protection, since you dared to destroy my demonic screen, you will without a doubt die." The voice from the shadow seemed to come from the 9th level of hell. It was very erratic. The demonic shadow waved his hand and the heavens suddenly changed. The entire capital disappeared, and in an instant, the surroundings became a world of red. This red was light from flames. The ground was covered in magma. The intense red light from the fire even made the sky glow red. Sounds of explosions echoed throughout the area, and large amounts of hot air came out from the ground. The hot air quickly turned into illusions, and soon there were hundreds of illusions around the ancient demon. Wang Lin raised his right hand, and 1,000,000 strands of slaughter energy suddenly entered his body. They turned into life seals between his brows. Soon, 1,000,000 life seals quickly covered his whole body. Then he slapped his bag of holding, and the devilish armor flew out. It turned into black silk, which wrapped around Wang Lin before turning into the ferocious black armor. Wang Lin's face was covered by the armor, revealing only his cold eyes. With his long hair flowing behind him, he took one step and floated in the air. After a moment of pause, he suddenly charged out. The ancient demon's shadow immediately revealed a ferocious expression. It let out a roar as it used various spells to stop Wang Lin. Wang Lin's eyes became cold, and he moved even faster. At the same time, the Finger of Death appeared in his right hand and shot out like a bolt of lightning. As for the attacks from the shadow, Wang Lin completely ignored them. Even though some spells landed on him, they were immediately blocked by the devilish energy from the black armor. He also had 1,000,000 life seals, so he could completely ignore these attacks. He moved like lightning as he rushed toward the giant ancient demon formed by the purple cloud in the sky. The ancient demon revealed a hint of mockery and let out a cold snort. The devilish armor of a scattered devil under an ancient devil, but you don't have a devil's heart, so it is a complete waste on you. He opened his mouth and let out a roar. This roar carried with it dense demonic spiritual energy that charged at Wang Lin. There was a flash of cold light in Wang Lin's eyes as he pointed at the ancient demon and said, "Devil transformation." The devilish energy from the armor seemed to cheer, and countless strands of devilish energy from the armor entered Wang Lin's body through his mouth and nose, and it cycled through his body and shot out of his finger. At this moment, Wang Lin's hair was flowing and he was filled with devilish energy, as if he had really turned into a devil. The attack was the peak of him using the black armor while transformed into a devil. The devilish wind charged out and the devilish energy lit up like a rainbow. Wang Lin's attack was able to pierce through the ancient demon's sound attack. The ancient demon revealed a hint of mockery, and facing the devilish wind, he opened his mouth and devoured it, then smacked his lips and said, "Not bad. This devilish energy can be considered pure." Wang Lin's eyes were still cold. At this moment, he was 1,000 feet from the ancient demon, and with one step, he closed in another 100 feet. The ancient demon let out a cold snort, and his hand turned into a claw and clawed at Wang Lin. This claw contained dense demonic spiritual energy. All of the devilish energy from the armor suddenly dissipated and returned to his body. Then 1,000,000 strands of slaughter energy shone brightly. Wang Lin let out a roar. Instead of retreating, he charged forward and clashed with the ancient demon's right hand. Bang! A heaven-shattering sound echoed the area. The ancient demon's right hand was knocked into the air by Wang Lin. As for Wang Lin, more than 700,000 life seals collapsed, but all quickly reformed. He took another step and crossed another 100 feet. The mockery in the ancient demon's eyes gradually disappeared and was replaced with cold, killing intent. When he was dealing with Wang Lin earlier, he only had the intention of playing with Wang Lin. However, at this moment, as Wang Lin closed in, he felt that something was wrong. Beilu must have his own intent for sending this person. A flash of killing intent appeared in the ancient demon's eyes. He doesn't want to use any ancient demon spells, as they took a lot out of him every time he used them. Demon spell, devil slaughter. The ancient demon formed a seal. Strands of demonic spiritual energy that turned into vortices flew out of his body. The entire magma-filled earth began to boil, then strands of hot air charged out and gathered before the ancient demon. Soon, a large lance appeared before the ancient demon. This lance was completely red. On top of emitting dense demonic spiritual energy, it also contained a powerful heat aura. The moment the lance appeared, a powerful sense of crisis appeared in Wang Lin's heart. His eyes lit up, but he didn't stop and stepped forth. After moving forward another 100 feet, he touched the spot between his eyebrows with his right hand, then pointed forward and softly said, 1,000,000 strands of slaughter energy, fuse into one. The 1,000,000 life seals seemed to be pulled out by Wang Lin's fingertip. The life energy quickly fused until there was only one strand left. Even people like the All-Seer would be shocked by the amount of slaughter energy contained within this one strand of gray gas. At this moment, the slaughter energy gathered at Wang Lin's fingertip, and he stepped forward once more. This time, he had come within 500 feet of the ancient demon. At the moment he entered within 500 feet of the ancient demon, his eyes suddenly lit up, and he began chanting an extremely complex spell. At the same time, his left hand formed a seal. This seal was given to him by ancient demon Beilu. His agreement with Beilu was that he would break the demonic screen and use the spell after getting within 500 feet of the other ancient demon. After he finished these two steps, he would complete a majority of their agreement. After all, it was impossible to beat the ancient demon with Wang Lin's power. The reason this war happened was to empty out the fire demon country's capital. Without the protection of the people in the capital, Wang Lin was able to get within 500 feet of the ancient demon. The moment the seal appeared in Wang Lin's left hand, the blood inside his body surged. Then he coughed out a large amount of blood. At the same time, there were sounds of things breaking throughout his body, and a blood mist was forming. At this instant, the ancient demon's expression changed greatly for the first time. He stared at the blood mist in front of Wang Lin with an extremely serious expression and said in a serious tone, "This blood contains the aura of an ancient god. So it was like this." After the blood mist appeared, it quickly condensed together to form a blood person. At the same time, a very tyrannical divine sense descended on the blood person, causing it to open its eyes. At this moment, every living being in the fire demon country suddenly felt anxiety rising in its heart. Very few people knew the reality. However, a majority of the people felt helplessness and fear towards the anxiety in their hearts. At this moment, the expressions of the ancient demons in the other 7 countries all changed. Their eyes lit up, and they all looked towards the capital of the fire demon country. The fire demon country's ancient demon's tone was low as he slowly said, "Your luck is very good to find a cultivator with the aura of an ancient god. His blood and the connection of divine sense between the two of you allow you to take form with his blood for a long period of time. It allows you to leave the restriction of the sky demon country." Beilu's calm voice came from the blood person. "We have been separated for too long. If this continues, we will soon be destroyed one by one. After we fuse, we will be reborn as a brand new ancient demon. As for the remaining 7, I'll devour them all one by one."